Okay, fifth grade. Today's drawing is in a way similar to last time because it's about creating an optical illusion. Have a look at what I'd like you to try making this week. The illusion in this picture is depth. It looks like it has depth, but of course it doesn't have depth, it's just a flat piece of paper. So we've done other activities with depth before in our pictures. The way we achieve this one is all about shading and varying our shading. And again, we've worked on that in different ways in different pictures. Now, a question for you. How did I get some parts of the picture so dark and different from these mid-tones, these greys, and these lighter tones? How did I do it? You may remember in school we have different kinds of pencils for drawing like this. We have the regular school pencils, which are known as just HB, and then we have 2B, 4B, 6, 9B. These are all softer and therefore make a darker colour. Alright, now I know that not all of you have those pencils at home, but some of you do. Okay, so I will show you, it can be done even if you don't have those pencils. But it's kind of easier and more effective if you do. The ones that I'm using are big like these. These are graphite sticks. The ones in school are much smaller than this, but I have these at home. I don't know where to find big ones like this here in Costa Rica. I brought these from England. Anyway, enough about my graphite sticks. Let's get on with making this picture, shall we? So let's begin and make a shape. Could be something like this. And then let's have another one underneath. And it's going to come close to that first one, but not touch it. There we go. It's going to come close to the bottom of the page, but not touch it. So it's like we're making the stringy bits that are connecting. Like that. We could have a smaller one here, a more kind of triangular shaped one, like that. With this first layer, we want to have as much kind of open space as possible. These are like windows looking into the deeper layers. That's pretty good. So you see how I've got making the shapes reach right to the edge of the page and creating these joining up parts and also lots of space. Let's have another space here actually. Okay, second layer. It's really kind of just doing the same thing, but we're trying to it'll work well if we try and make the stringy bits go in different directions. So for example, I want one to come kind of down here through this shape, so that means I'm going to have to draw one like this and another one like this perhaps, and that would continue underneath like that, and perhaps all the way through like that. So it can get complicated. It can quickly get complicated, so watch out. Let's make a space here. This line would continue round like this. And let's make another space here. Good, so I can leave that as a long stringy bit and still leave lots of space let's imagine that that line would continue around. Right, so see, I'm imagining that line would continue around, come down, and that means I have to join it to that part. So it's okay if that happens. Just let that happen there. So we've got a space there, and it needs to come down like this. All right. Okay, let's leave it at that for the second layer, and let's work with the third layer now. So you see here again, I'm going to change my mind about that line and join it here instead. So don't worry if that happens. It's very hard now to keep track of everything. So we've got, that's why it's a challenge. Okay, so that's, I think that's ready now. That has 3 layers, and it's still got plenty of space to have the darkest shaded parts as well. So let's go darkest to lightest. So we have to find the bottom layer and shade that in first. Now here's a tip and a strong recommendation. Don't start by shading it really dark. Let's just start by shading it actually quite light. Why? Well, because then we can change it more easily if we make a mistake, of course. I hope you guessed that. So we're looking for the last layer, remember? The darkness at the back of the picture. Okay, so here's where I'm going to switch to the graphite sticks. But before I do, I'm just going to show you, if you don't have graphite sticks or pencils, different pencils, softer pencils that make a darker color, if you don't have those, then don't worry, you can still create a dark shape. It'll take you longer, and you have to press pretty hard, but you'll be able to create like a dark background here. All right. You could try using marker, but it's kind of a cheat, and it won't look as good at the end, I don't think. Okay, so here's the darkest one that I have. This one's a 9B. You can see, right? It's really a lot blacker. Okay, next we do the next layer up, and we're looking to do the same thing that we did with that bottom layer, just to kind of lightly shade it first, just to help us out, make it easier. Switching to the 6B, and I'm really not going to press as hard this time. And also, the good thing about now is it's okay if you go over the edges, because you just overlap into the darker black. So it's a bit easier now. Okay, now for the next layer up, I'm just going to go straight on with this HB pencil. And we're not going to do like the practice layer first, we're just going to go straight in. Final thing to do is a little bit of tidying up, and you can do that with a it's easier if you use a pencil with a small point, you know, because I've got these bigger ones. I guess you probably won't have these, but anyway, it would be harder with those. It would make a darker line, of course, but we also need this final part to be very accurate. So we're just trying to sharpen up everything, and we can do that with a pencil like I'm doing here, but we can also do it with an eraser. Like this final layer, we want it to be white, so we can erase any little bits that we've accidentally shaded into, make sharper lines. Okay, there's my finished picture. I hope you like it. I hope you like making your picture like this, and hope you enjoy the challenge. And of course, share your pictures with me when they're finished. Looking forward to see them. Good luck, have fun, enjoy making art.